One of the telltale signs of a society that is in a crisis period is a declining birth rate. So things like the fear of climate change has led to couples having fewer babies. About 1 in 5 female client scientists say they will have no children or fewer children because of the crisis. The cost of living, housing security, and lack of opportunity also play their part in this declining birth rate, which is a signal of all of those issues. All right. And what this reminds me of, if you've ever seen the film Idiocracy, it's a stupid film. It's a lot of brain rot, but it's quite funny if you can bear with the terrible jokes and humor. But at the start of the film, they show what happens to the downfall of society and what society is potentially going to look like in 20 to 30 years if we continue down this path. And so one of the opening scenes is that there was a smart couple, both well educated, both had great jobs, and they were just putting off having a kid to super late in their career because their relationship wasn't right, things were right, they were overanalyzing. And then on the other hand of things, there was this couple who was completely uneducated, and they were just springing babies like it was no tomorrow. All right. And so before they know it, their whole generation had spawned 50 to 60 odd of these children, and generationally they were getting stupider and stupider and stupider because the intelligent people were not having babies. They chose not to because they had jobs, they had responsibilities, they didn't want to take on the stress, the financial pressure was too much. And so it was a funny way to illustrate that this is actually something that is happening right now. Most statistics show that most countries are now below the replacement rate, all right, which is 2.1 children per couple. Now, if you look at this graph, which shows the number of women is projected to decline everywhere in the world. All right, there are several factors such as lifestyle factors, an increase in sexually transmitted diseases, a rise in obesity, and environmental factors involved in urbanization and urban lifestyle that are affecting fertility and have led to a rise in male and female subfertility. In addition, there are socioeconomic factors that have led to women and couples delaying having children because of a lack of affordable housing, flexible and part-time career posts for women, and affordable and publicly funded childcare. All right, so these are all affecting the fertility rates of our population. Now, one thing that I saw the other day on the BBC website was this story about the rise of people using Tamagotchi pets. Now, if you remember these little pets, these were like little things that you would pick up and you would like pretend it was your pet, pretty much like a little baby. You'd feed it, you'd grow it, and it would be happy, it would be sad, all of this crap. And so in the UK right now, Tamagotchis are making a comeback. All right, people are buying these bloody Tamagotchis, which are, on surface level, clearly a far cheaper alternative to having actual children or learning how to develop a healthy, strong relationship with someone and then going in and creating another human life. And so when I see a rise of something like this, it's clear that because the cost of living is so high in the UK right now, these youngsters, they don't want to have kids. They would rather just have a little Tamagotchi digital pet to play around with as a form of escapism and as a way easier method to stroke that evolutionary desire that we have inside of ourselves. And so the problem that I'm trying to highlight here is that people are actually not growing up. People are not facing reality and going down a path where, we build families and we build communities and we focus on things like human connection and development and growth. But rather, we're stuck in a box. We're stuck in these adult bodies, but with child minds, and are not interacting with the world because it's too scary, it's too fearful, and it's just too difficult. All right. Now, I'm not saying this to throw stones or shade at these type of people, but the fact of the matter is there's a crisis right now, and it is affecting our species as a whole. All right, and our ability to actually create the next generation of people who are going to add to the economy, who are going to add and bring new creative ideas, as with every generation that's gone before us. Now, the point of the story is to understand that we are now at the peak of a crisis period in the fourth turning. And actually living a life of quality and abundance in these times is the challenge that many aren't equipped to face. See, even now, when things are more dire than ever before, there are people living free, healthy, sovereign lives, all right, where the cost of living is not crippling, where having children is joyful and a fulfilling experience. And it is not something to fear, all right? A life where joy, happiness, and the excitement you once felt as a child is an everyday experience. Now imagine that. Yes, life is stressful. Yes, life can be hard, but there is joy to be had in the suffering, in the hard times, in the challenges, because life is a series of relaxing and then stress, a relaxing and then stress. And it is part of life. It's not something to be afraid of. But when you understand this and when you're living a life of purpose, those things become clear and life simply has a richer color to it. It becomes more vibrant, it becomes more exciting, and that is something that you can experience too. Even in the middle of a global winter, we can thrive. We are resilient and we are resourceful when we are unburdened by fear. You as a human being can achieve great feats as long as you can get the fear barrier and the terror barrier out of your way. And that is obviously a lot more difficult today in a world where advertising, marketing, governments play on the fears that you feel. All right, they make you feel afraid, so you become easier to control. You stay in the box that you're in. You stay in the safety zone. You stay in the comfort zone and don't actually step out and move towards the vision that you have for your future. When you look at the people who are thriving today, you realize a startling truth. The majority of sovereign individuals today are entrepreneurs that have built their own brands, which have now become their own vehicle for personal power and personal sovereignty and financial freedom. Now, having a brand doesn't mean having a logo, a set of colors, a website, and any of that crap. Okay, your brand is your reputation. And so whether you like it or not, you have a brand. It's a thing that people say about you when you're not in the room. All right. And so one of the most powerful things that we can realize is there is a huge opportunity staring us all in the face right now. And whether you take it or not is completely up to you. All right. And it is the power of the internet. It's what I'm doing, communicating to you on video. Now, people have been banging this drum for years now, all right? And so it's nothing new that I'm saying here. But what I'm trying to get out to you is that there's still an opportunity. You're still early to the game because the way the world is moving is a world where more individuals are business owners and their whole reputation and their business and their brand is themselves. And so the sooner you can cotton onto this, the sooner you can start building that digital brand and your digital equity online, whether it is through creating value and sharing your knowledge and your expertise, the sooner you're going to enjoy the fruits of that labor. Because it is coming whether you like it or not. And I really, really do believe that there's people who are going to be too afraid to make that step. And there's going to be the people who are brave enough to make that step and enjoy the financial abundance even in the winter. Over the next 4 years, they're going to be protected. And when spring comes around, things are going to be awesome. And so you don't really want to be left behind. Okay, you don't want to miss the boat. And so when we realize that building a brand online is simply a process of building an environment that communicates your value and your expertise to the world, that gets you and gives you the opportunity to actually get paid for your knowledge as opposed to your time. When we realize that employment is being paid for your time and entrepreneurship is being paid for your knowledge, you realize that working harder, grinding more, 9 to 5, 40 hours a week is actually just a remnant left over from the industrial age, and that modern times need to catch up. People are living like that every single day. They're not actually confined by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, rest, do it again. All right, they're not confined by that. They actually work in shorter bursts of more productive, more focused time and rest and enjoy time with their family and do more fulfilling stuff in between. All right, because that's really how humans were designed to be. And that's something that is accessible to you if you can wrap your head around the concept of selling your knowledge as opposed to your time and building your own digital brand around that. And your brand just means your reputation and your digital environment where people can interact with you, they can see you, they can get to trust you, and they can buy your services and products freely. So this is a step-by-step process that we've defined to help you overcome the cost of living crisis, prepare yourself for the next 4 years, and actually build a brand that you can be proud of, that is part of your legacy and is just a true reflection of who you are. Okay, and the first thing is to understand that you can start earning like an entrepreneur and not an employee. which means selling your knowledge, not your time. So if you're an expert, if you have any set of skills in anything, if you've unlocked anything or overcome any problem in your life, you can productize that and turn that into something that people buy. The second step is to productize your expertise by developing a business brand that acts as a beacon of hope for someone else. Now, this is what I love about the information economy, about branding, about being out there and turning your knowledge into a product. It means you are living a life that is bigger than yourself. You're actually serving other people and helping add value to them, right? This isn't just about a money grab, but this is about being on a mission to help more people. All right, because there are two types of entrepreneurs out there. They're the missionaries and they're the mercenaries. And the mercenaries are out there to get a quick buck, smash and grab, make as much money as they can. And the missionaries are out there on a mission to help more people. Your mission might be as simple as getting someone fit, getting someone to be able to move with freedom and joy again. All right, whatever that is, you can do it. You can turn that into a product and you can turn that into a brand. The third thing is to start sharing your experiences and knowledge through free sources of media, aka leveraging the biggest opportunity of our lifetime, which is social media. All right, so if you can muster up the bravery to actually start sharing your expertise with the world and start teaching through the medium of video or writing or audio, whatever it is, then you can too start to find the people who are going to resonate most with you. All right, because it's not about creating a completely unique new service, product, or brand, but it's actually about adding your own perspective to the things you're talking about. If you can do that and start to build your own network and your own audience, that's when you can start to really leverage things like scalability and sell to the masses. And the fourth thing is to then build a system that is digital, automated, recurring, evergreen, or scalable. All right. And so that means build your recurring income to a level that will provide you with the best quality of life possible. Now that might mean 5,000 USD. That might mean 10K. That might mean 20K. It might mean $1 million per month. Whatever the hell your goal is, you can start to build a system that will predictably get you there. All right. For example, one of our clients that we work with, Evan, he has built an amazing digital product, completely automated, completely scalable. And in the first week of launching it, he's now made over 12,000 euros. Okay. Now he would have had to work for months to have to do that in the gym that he was working in before. All right, but basically what he did was he understood that he could earn like an entrepreneur. He productized his expertise. He then started sharing his experiences and his knowledge through social media, and then he built a system around that to help him sell it to the masses. All right, and so this process is what we call brave branding. Your brand is your environment where you help others overcome their specific problems. It could be folding t-shirts, it could be fitness, it could be helping them in business, it could be helping them in their relationships. It could be gardening, it could be finances, it could be personal development, whatever it is. You can turn that into a business brand that gives you more time and money freedoms to enjoy with your family, to protect yourself against the coming crisis over the next 4 years. I truly believe that building a brand in today's crisis period is going to set you up for the best possible future and ensures that you're actually going to be part of the solution that the world so desperately needs. Okay, we need more creators. We need more people adding value to the market as opposed to taking it away and consuming it. All right, and if you can turn into a seller of products, goods, and services and of value, you're going to be in the top 1% of people who are actually making an impact. So if you want to actually start building your brave brand, I've created a series of videos that you can check out now for free. Just go to the link in the description. I break down the exact steps you need to start earning like an entrepreneur, how to stand out in a crowded and saturated market. And then I also talk about how to build a digital, automated, and scalable system, and then how to market yourself with confidence. So if you want to check that out, go to the link in the description, leave a like, subscribe if you want more. We'll catch you next time.